So, I see you haven't hit the subscribe button. Why? You know what? While you're down there, hit the like button. It won't hurt. It's free to do so. Only takes 2 seconds. You know what? Because you're... Hi, dog. You won the intro. Hi. 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 Yep. Now I have to do the intro again. Woo! I didn't know she would walk up, to be honest. Okay, well, come on, let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy DonB. We are back here for another video on my channel. I don't know why my brain was blanking on the intro. But yes, so welcome back. It's been 2 weeks, so I'm here again. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about just kind of finding your career path and finding like where your kind of heart resides in terms of like your future career or your job, things like that, and like how to find that passion for your career, how to find the thing that's right for you. As you guys know, I'm not in college at the moment. I'm currently studying psychology to be a child psychologist or just some form of psychologist, like just be in that field. And so I'm just narrowing it down as I go. I've been taking classes just for fun, just to kind of get ahead of the game. So as you see, my career has also been a little all over the place, but I want to go a little more in depth with that, and hopefully I can help you help yourself, if that makes sense, in the most nicest way possible. What is a career, right? A career is something you are dedicating time to. A career is something you're dedicating time to also grow in. Yeah, and that doesn't mean just grow in terms of like, oh, I want to like get better at this one thing, but growing also means like progression. Like, okay, like let's say like you're starting out here. Yeah, maybe in a year you want to be here within that same job or field. You know, that makes sense. Like if you look at it from this perspective, like I used to be a learner, like in terms of dance. Like I learned everything. I was a member on a bunch of teams, but now I'm here. I'm now directing my own team. Yeah, that's me progressing in one field. Does that make sense? In that category of dance, from going from a member from a team to now directing my own team. Yeah, so that is what a career is. And honestly, I think what makes it hard in like today's world is that there's so much negativity towards, like there's so much bias towards what career that everyone wants you to do and what career people don't want you to stay away from, that people ultimately feel like they just don't have a choice, you know? Like, let's say for me, like people still look at dance as like, oh, you can't like do anything with that. Like that's a bad idea. Like you can't dance, and two, like you might as well like anything arts related is normally looked at as like, yeah, in terms of like for like career. They're like maybe as a hobby, but like not as your main thing. Don't do that as your main thing. But it's like, you know, I've lived off of just dance for like the past like 4 years and still living off just dance as in the game. I'm still living off just dancing right now. So it's just like, it's not impossible to just like dance or do anything arts related and have it like it can still work out as long as you put in the time and the effort. Like, don't let people like that prove you wrong. But like that's kind of what I'm saying, is like those things in the world that people keep saying and like encourage now affect like how we live and affect the world around us, because now like it's just normal for people to look at arts in that way, and they're just like, yeah, I can't support it. Like they don't consider it. It doesn't cross their mind. Whenever they think of anything arts related, they're like, oh yeah, I just do it just for fun. Like even if they feel like they have a calling to it, they try not to pursue that, because it's just because of the world we live in, you know? We look at things either as good or bad, not as like both. Kind of for me, like I wanted to be like a dancer. I wanted to do so much with dance. I wanted to have my own team. I wanted to dance with like famous like stars, things like that. And I got to do those things. Like I got to do all of those things on my list. I kind of talked about it in the previous video. So it's like I don't have nothing to fully do anymore within dance. Like that feels new, if that makes sense, because like I've done the things I've dreamed of doing in that career, and like I've lived my life from that. And it happened very fast, but that doesn't make it a bad thing. Like I'm very grateful that I was able to do all those things. So it's like, now that I've done that, it's like I want to change my career. I want to go on a different path to something that felt more also like my calling, but I kind of ignored because I wanted to put my attention on dance. And this is kind of like my advice, is like you are allowed to have this video is going all over the place in terms of ideas, but stay with me. You are allowed to have more than one career, if that makes sense. A career, like the exact definition is just dedicating time to something that you want to progress and grow in. And there's no limit to how much or like how many things you can focus on. There's no limit to how many careers you can have. It doesn't say just one. It's just dedicating time to something. You can have multiple careers as long as you can dedicate time to both and progress in both. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I think we come from like a world where it's like everyone's forcing you to learn and be one thing. Like you go to school to get a degree in one thing, even though odds are you might not use that degree unless you're going into the med field or the law field or anything like that. But it's like we live in a world where they want you to always focus on fully being one thing. You can't be one thing and a little bit of something else. You can't be versatile for anything else. Like you can't come to a bunch of skill sets with the job. You have to come knowing just that one category of things. People make you feel so bad for that, you know, like our world encourages learning and doing one thing, even though you learn multiple things in school, but yet they're just like, okay, have fun, you did great, now here's your degree for this one thing, but now I also need to take more stuff for also that one. Like it doesn't make sense, you know. It's just how like the world is like shaped today, how it wants you to be that one thing. But why can't you learn multiple things? Yeah, why can't you be versatile? Why can't you just have a wide array of skill sets in your brain? Because that's not gonna hurt you to do. Like I know so many people that just love learning. They just love to gain new knowledge, gain new skills about anything, whether it's for a career, a hobby, anything. Like that should be encouraged. That's amazing. The fact that people can do that. The fact that people are capable of doing that. You know, of learning that much and trying to be that much. That's amazing. That's something that's really like awesome, and that's gonna pay off, like because you're gonna really be able to feel like no matter what work you do, it's gonna feel like a passion for you, especially if it's the thing that you wanted to always do, you know. And so in terms of like how to find that career path, take some of your hobbies and try them out. Yeah, even if it's a hobby that you never really thought that might be a good career. Like I never thought that I would like psychology as much as I do, especially growing up, like going through high school and college. But it's like looking back on it, I'm just like psychology was the thing that came like the most like easiest for me when I was in school. That, you know, that wasn't arts related. Like it came so easy. I always loved to learn more about the brain, how people thought, why people did the things they did. And it's like I never thought about that in the moment, but looking back on it, it's just like I really enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it right now. Like I'm loving just taking notes on learning like how infants think and like the connections from mothers to infants, like things like that. Like I love that a lot. And so it's like sometimes those hobbies or those things you overlook, like those little small moments, are like really the things that are calling out to you, and you just may not know it because maybe someone told you to be something else. Maybe you feel like you're forced to be something else just because of the environment around you, you know? So it's like, why not just take one of those hobbies that you have? Why not take one of those interests and try to build off of it? I'm not saying you have to make it a full-blown career, you have to completely stop what you're doing, but maybe spend a little more time on it, you know? Like if you want to be, let's say like a game designer or something, but you're also like trying to do something else like computer engineering in school, like in college or something. Maybe on the weekend, maybe at night, maybe when you ever like have some free time, make a small game. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a big game. Make a small like little like pixel art game, and see how much you enjoy it. See how much people love it. Then release that. Release that to your friends. See what they say. You know, like stuff like that. Dedicate a little more time to that and see what happens. Because you never know that like that may spark up something huge for you, and you may just like that may want to just push you more to go towards that achievement, that goal, and just keep doing that. Because I'm not saying you should completely change your career like and you're not doing the right one. I'm saying that to find your career, you really need to just try out the interest that you really love. Yeah, don't be afraid to try out something that you've always wanted to try out. Yeah, because sometimes like you can have a career but you feel forced into it, or you feel like you just have no other choice. That at that point it feels like you kind of like you're not loving the career you're in. You're not wanting to do it. Like I'm not saying like bad like work, like the work is bad or anything. Like all work is good work, but it's like, you know, like to find your career, not someone else's career. To find your career, really put yourself first. You know, put your own personal interests first, and kind of just see where it's leaning towards. Because no one's stopping you from doing both. You know, no one's stopping you from doing multiple careers, from splitting your time. It just, as long as you can time manage, and just like work hard and just kind of be able to set time aside for both, you'll be able to do it, and you'll be able to really try like your hardest. Whether it's like giving 70% towards like your college stuff, and then like 30% towards like that small hobby that you think you might have an interest in. Like that's fine too. It doesn't have to be 50-50, but still spend some time sending a little energy towards it and just growing skills in it. Like for me, I dance. That's my career. But I do film and photography. That's been my career. That's what I studied for when I was in college. I also mix music. I taught myself that. Yeah, that's more of a hobby. I wouldn't say it's a career, but that's something I learned to grow so much in that like people now contact me to mix their music. So I guess technically it's a career because I get contacted regularly every single year on the same general time span. So it's like I have those 3 careers that like I live my life through. Like those 3 like things, just mainly arts, but it's like what's like is that same thing. Like I just dedicated time a little bit towards each while focusing on my main thing of dance, and now I'm here, you know. So you never know what really could happen if you just sprinkle a little bit of time off on the side just to grow in something else, because I think that would be the easiest and best way to find your career path, you know, trying out different things. If that one thing doesn't work, switch to a different hobby that you had. See if you like, see how you like that, you know, like see if focusing on that doesn't feels good. You know, it doesn't feel like you're dreading to do it or you're feeling convicted or anything. Like try focusing a little bit on something else and seeing how that makes you feel. And I'll constantly just go down the line, because we have a lot of hobbies. Everyone normally has a lot of hobbies, things they like to do, things they like to do on the side, whether it's maybe like 2 things, 3 things. Like we always have some form of hobby. So it's just like, if we can have multiple hobbies, why can't we have multiple careers? Yeah? So try those hobbies out. Use those hobbies as an interest list and just work your way down. And who knows, maybe it's something that you don't even have a hobby in. Like for me, like I didn't have a hobby in psychology or anything. So you just gotta experiment, you know, live your life a little bit, try your best to like learn new things. And just search up something like on YouTube or on the internet, something that you've always like kind of thought about, something that you reflected on once, and see what information you can get off of it. Yeah, it could be anything. If you like cooking in your spare time, like because you just love to make food, sorry, my eye. Search up just like different recipes. Start learning to make different types of recipes. Then maybe search up like I don't know, or like search up like YouTube channels. Learn how to make cooking through that, or make your own YouTube channel and post your own recipes, or just you cooking something. Like you can even do stuff to where like let's say you want to be like a chef or something, or like that's like your hobby, right? Make a YouTube channel, just start cooking on there and talking to people, you know, like giving them advice, tips, life experiences, like anything like that. Like you never know the things you can do. The possibilities are really endless, and so it's like take advantage of that, especially now with COVID. You're inside like a lot of the day. Take advantage of that, you know, like don't let that go to waste. Don't let now so a lot of people don't need to like run around the world just to get to where they need to go. Take advantage of the little slightly extra free time you have of being inside and see where that leads you. I think I'm done. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate you guys, and I wish you guys the best of luck on finding your own path and everything. Just remember to constantly just trust in God, trust in His path for you, and you will make it out on top as always. Yeah? Again, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been your boy Don B. Peace out.